Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has hit out at misinformation regarding the oil price hike. Meanwhile, 3 activists who were detained over their protest at an event attended by Azam Baki has been released. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has hit out at claims by an ulama over oil prices. This was what he said in response to the claims.
Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim took a swipe at a certain ulama with a huge following for allegedly confusing the public with comments on the oil crisis. While he did not name names, it is believed Anwar's criticism targeted past President Abdul Hadi Awang, who yesterday claimed Malaysia had no reason to increase its fuel prices.
Ada ulama yang terkenal, yang ada banyak pengikutnya, yang beri pandangan, umpamanya dengan mengatakan, tak betul, minyak tak naik, di Malaysia saja naik. Itu fahaman kedangkalan ilmu yang ketara. Tapi diselubungi oleh pahaman agama dan Al-Quran, menyebabkan orang agak percaya. Tapi dia tidak membantu, malah mengelirukan.
In his speech in Putrajaya this morning, Anwar explained that there are many factors behind the hike in oil prices. He said that while Malaysia has managed to secure safe passage for its oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, other costs have increased due to the Iran war. These include insurance charges, which he said have increased to more than 100%, and freight fees. Anwar, who is also the finance minister, further slammed certain politicians who he said were quick to comment on issues but only gave half-truths. Yesterday, Hadi, in his latest Minda President Pas article, claimed the government did not need to increase fuel prices because Malaysia has its own oil and gas reserves and could source materials from other Islamic countries. According to the Marang MP, Malaysia was also not among the countries barred by Iran from passing through the strait.
Yesterday, Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil had also rebuked Hadi over the latter's remarks.
Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil has described Hadi's remarks on rising fuel prices as inaccurate. Fahmi said the Marang MP should have advised Terengganu Menteri Besar Dr. Ahmad Samsuri Mokhtar to raise the matter during the meeting between Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim and state leaders on April 2nd. According to Bernama, he noted that a detailed briefing had already been provided by Petronas, National Economic Action Council Crisis Management Task Force Chairperson Hassan Merican, and Treasury Secretary General Johan Mahmud Merican. He said the opportunity for the Marang MP to raise questions on fuel prices was fully provided by the Prime Minister. Fahmi added that unfortunately that did not happen. Hadi had previously claimed that the public had once again been misled by the government over fuel price increases in Peninsular Malaysia, questioning why similar measures were not implemented in Sabah and Sarawak. In a statement, he argued that there was no strong justification for the increase, as Malaysia is not directly involved in sanctions related to Iran or disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz. From now on, you can also listen to KiniNews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Scan the QR code on the screen to follow us.
Back to Anwar, in his speech he had also acknowledged that Malaysia is facing problems from the global oil crisis sparked by the Iran war. Anwar urged civil servants to be prepared to help the government address issues that arise.
Yang saya nak tekankan ialah keperluan rakan-rakan di kementerian dan hari ini di Kementerian Pengangkutan ini untuk memahami bahawa kita memang hadapi masalah. Walaupun kadang-kadang orang fikir belum lagi kerana kita belum beratur lagi kat stesen minyak. Belum ada masalah. Tak betul. Memang ada kerana harga sudah melambung. Harga baja. Saya ke Felda hari Ahad. Felda di Pengerang, kawasan Kota Tinggi. Itu bulan ini harga tidak meningkat ketara, tetapi harga baja fertilizers akan meningkat tinggi kerana peratus import baja terlalu tinggi. Baik. Jadi itu yang saya gambarkan. Jadi jangan kita tunggu bila ada masalah baru kita terkejut. Tugas kita menjelaskan bahawa kita harus bijak menangani masalah ini.
Meanwhile, the Finance Ministry has clarified that recent oil prices are based on the average price over the past week.
The retail price of diesel in Peninsular Malaysia has hit a new record high of RM6.72 per litre for the period from April 9th to April 15th. This comes despite a drop in global oil prices yesterday following the announcement of a ceasefire between Iran and the US. In a statement last night, the Finance Ministry said that the 70-cent increase is because pump prices in the country are determined based on the average price of petrol and diesel from the previous week rather than daily prices. As such, it said current prices still reflect the highly supply costs over the past 5 weeks when global markets were at elevated levels, reaching around $150 per barrel for petrol products and $250 per barrel for diesel products. It added that this continues to influence domestic retail prices. The ministry also announced that under the automatic pricing mechanism, the retail price of raw 97 petrol will be increased by 40 cents to RM5.35 per litre, while the retail price for raw 95 petrol will be increased by 40 cents to RM4.27 per litre. It said the government is maintaining targeted fuel subsidy prices for the Rakyat and those in specific sectors, with raw 95 priced at RM1.99 per litre under the Budi 95 subsidy scheme, and subsidized diesel at RM2.50 per litre for eligible consumers in Sabah, Sarawak and Labuan. As a temporary measure following the rise in diesel prices, the government will maintain the additional Budi diesel cash assistance of RM100 in April, bringing the total aid to RM300 for recipients under Budi Individu and Budi Agri Commodity. The ministry added that the government will continue to monitor global developments and take appropriate measures to ensure the country's energy supply remains stable and sufficient, while continuing to protect the public through existing targeted support mechanisms. If you like the stories we produce, consider supporting us by subscribing to Malaysia Kini. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code on your screen to subscribe.
3 youth activists who had been detained after disrupting Azam Baki's speech at an event has been released.
3 youth activists detained after protesting at an event attended by MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki were released early this morning. One of them, Liga Rakyat Demokratik President Hamdin Nordin, shared the updates on Instagram. He posted a photo of all 3 outside the Dang Wangi police headquarters, saying they had been released and thanking everyone. Hamdin, Liga Mahasiswa activist Ahsanul Akmal Sulam, and Mandiri coordinator Fakrurrazzi Khairur Rijal were detained after waving Tangkap Azam Baki placards and heckling Azam during his public address at an integrity forum. They were remanded for 3 days starting yesterday. The 3 are being investigated under sections 186, 447 and 504 of the Penal Code, as well as section 14 of the Minor Offences Act. The provisions relate to offences of obstructing public servants, trespass, provocation and public nuisance, carrying penalties ranging from a small fine of RM100 to up to 2 years imprisonment. Yesterday, Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Fadil Marsus, who confirmed the remand order, said police had opened investigations into offences including obstructing a public officer, sedition and trespass. He added that police would expedite the investigations, noting that more than 2 reports had been lodged over the incident.
Police have launched an investigation into a shrine in Jasin after Jawi inscriptions bearing the word Allah were discovered on the structure.
Police are tracking down a suspect believed to be involved in a case of graffiti involving the words Allah and Bismillahirrahmanirrahim at a Chinese temple in Pantai Siring in Jasin. Jasin District Police Chief Lee Roberts said initial information received from residents indicated that they had previously seen a man believed to be mentally unstable scribbling the word Allah on walls and electricity poles. In a statement, he said initial investigations found that residents in the area were unaware of the temple's owner and the ownership status of the land. He added that checks on the land ownership status will also be carried out through the Jasin District and Land Office. He said investigations are ongoing in collaboration with the Melaka Islamic Religious Department and the local authorities. According to Lee, the incident was discovered by an angler who was fishing along the coastal area and subsequently contacted the Serkam police post for further action at about 11 p.m. last night. He said the case is being investigated under Section 295, 298 and 427 of the Penal Code. Lee also advised the public not to speculate or spread unverified information regarding the incident. He said police view seriously any act that could disrupt public order and will take firm action against any individuals involved.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, X, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm John. Thanks for watching.